I think commissioning in Suffolk County Council is quite well established. I think it is seen as part of our core business. There's well established processes and procedures behind it. But I think sometimes it can feel a bit distant from people in the sport and leisure sector, and I think that's a bit of a challenge. Commissioners are clearly facing difficult times economically, as we all are. I think that provides a challenge for them because they're then still required to deliver more almost from the same amount of resources, or often less amount of resources. Sometimes that means that they work a little bit in a safe way and are less likely to take risks and look at other options for meeting their targets and their objectives. I think we've responded by trying to build relationships and build trust with commissioners. I think it's really important that we don't go in and chase the money. It's been very much a dialogue and understanding, helping them understand how sport and physical activity can meet their agendas. We've formed really strong relationships with some key agencies. Our element of the programme has focused on mental health, and this has helped us develop really strong relationships with mental health commissioners within Suffolk County Council, which has opened doors to the mental health world, if you like. We've also developed good relationships with public health and the Public Health Department at Suffolk County Council. And then also we've developed some relationships with some non-traditional partners that we don't normally work with, so some GP surgeries, some charities, some mental health organisations and partnerships. So it's really widened and broadened our horizons and enabled us to connect with agencies and organisations that we wouldn't normally get the opportunity to do so. Strengthening relationships, building relationships, being involved in new networks and new organisations and generating new contacts. Interestingly, it's also enabled us to unlock a little bit of funding already from public health so that we can continue this work, develop some projects to prove the link between them and emotional well-being and mental health. So it's been twofold really. It's really strengthened our relationships, but it's already started to unlock a little bit of funding. Our expert advisor advised that the most fruitful opportunity for the physical activity and the mental health sector and the sport sector working collaboratively would be focusing on low-level mental health issues, trying to stop the flow of people developing long-term and enduring mental health issues. And he identified that a couple of key points in time would be useful to focus on, so the transition from school and education into working life when pressures are increased and the risk of anxiety and depression are increased, and also the transition from adult life, working life, into retirement. Again, when you start to lose your circle of friends that you've developed over years in your work situation. We're testing some work in 2 locations within Suffolk, and we've developed a range of initiatives that are being implemented to give people the opportunity to try and participate in activity, and they're measured, their emotional well-being and the physical activity levels are measured at the start, and then further down the line to see whether they've had a positive impact. And if they've had a positive impact, we're then using that to go back to commissioners to demonstrate that this really does work. It is very much about building relationships. It's not a quick fix. It's not about chasing the cash or a dash for cash. It's very much about building relationships, and that takes time.